Hey, Pamela Hack here, founder of the Dream Academy for Women and host of the Italy Retreat for women business leaders and entrepreneurs. And in this video, I want to share with you 3 really big mistakes that a lot of people are making today in their marketing and how you can avoid these. All of this based on 3 lessons from my mom's recent quilt project. You see, I have my mom making this quilt for me. It's going to be gorgeous. I don't quilt. She's the quilter, right? And it's based on this diamond pattern, really, really beautiful. Well, only an entrepreneur would look at a quilt project and see a marketing lesson in it, right? But guilty as charged. So here's the thing. Your marketing campaigns are like a quilt pattern. You know, as my mom is cutting out these different diamond shapes for this scrap quilt, as it's called, she's cutting basically the same number of diamonds from different fabrics and putting them all together then to create the overall pattern for the quilt, right? But she is consistently cutting out the same number from each fabric. You see, you need to be doing the same thing in your marketing campaigns, meaning the kinds of marketing campaigns that campaign you, that get your expertise out there on a regular basis through free content like blog posts or an e-zine that you write and put out, videos, podcasts, articles that you're writing. You need to be consistently doing a number of different things, not doing the haphazard thing that most people do. So many people are haphazard. It's like one blog post and then 2 months later an e-zine and then, well, I'll dabble over here in LinkedIn and then I'll play around in Facebook for a while. It needs to be several things done consistently to create that quilt pattern, that marketing campaign pattern. Very, very important. Second mistake that a lot of people are making today is that they don't have what my mom would call a zinger. You see, a zinger in quilting language means that you pick a fabric that's really different from the others, that's super bright, or it might be a very different pattern. And you don't use a lot of it in the quilt. You just use a few zingers to kind of punch things up a bit. Well, you need a zinger in your marketing campaigns too, and your zinger represents when you are promoting, campaigning a product, a program, a service, an event that you're putting out there. And you're going to put out a series of value-based communications to promote that thing, right? You don't want to do that too much, just like you don't want to put too many zingers in the quilt pattern. Because if you do that all the time, you're going to overwhelm your list. But periodically, of course you want to do that. So make sure that you have sort of scheduled in your zingers for this year. Those products, programs, services, events that you're going to be promoting in addition to the consistent campaigning that you're doing for you to get your name out there, to expand your impact in the marketplace. Here's the third lesson we can all take in from my mom's quilt project, and that is this: you need to cut your own shapes. You know, when my mom was working on this quilt, I mean, it's hundreds of diamonds that are going into this quilt, and I said, can I help? You know, can I at least cut out the diamonds? And she said, you know, thanks, but no, because I've started cutting them, and if you then start cutting them, you're going to cut different than me. Everybody cuts different, and they have to be really precise, or it's going to ruin the look of the quilt. It's not going to match up. Well, here's where this ties into a mistake that a lot of people are making today. There's a lot of emphasis today on outsourcing things and even outsourcing your content, meaning paying people to write your blog posts for you, paying people to create your free content for you. Big mistake, because you see, you are the expert. And if you start having other people create your content for you, as attractive as that might seem if you're very frustrated and overwhelmed doing it yourself, everybody's going to notice. It's just like if I had cut diamonds for this quilt. It's noticeable that they've been cut by someone else. Very important that you're creating your own expert content, because that's what underlines you, not somebody else, as the expert in your niche. So there you have it. 3 lessons from my mom's gorgeous quilt project. And yes, I'll let you know when it's all finished. I'll make sure that I post a picture of it. It's really going to be a winner of a quilt. But don't forget how this ties into your marketing. Number 1, make sure you have a marketing pattern, so to speak, a campaigning pattern. Secondly, make sure that you have that zinger in there, that now and then you're really putting together a thoughtful campaign that will promote products, programs, and services. And thirdly, make sure you're cutting your own patterns. Make sure you're creating your own content. I'm Pamela Hack, and here's to your unlimited possibilities.